Welcome to another episode of the Trash Talk and Tall Tales podcast. We're now on Spotify. We also have a TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook page. So please comment, like, and subscribe. My name is James.
And my name is Marlon.
And Marlon, I think you got a topic for us today.
Yeah, we both decided last week that we're going to watch Sinners since it came out on HBO. If you haven't watched it, this is going to contain some spoilers. I do suggest you watch it. What'd you think about it, James? Yeah, what'd you think about it?
It was a good movie. It was a good movie. I think there was a lot of hidden messages in there, a lot of things that are unseen in this world that some people may or may not believe in, but I think it touched on a lot of that.
All right, do you believe in vampires?
I don't believe in vampires per se. There are people who drain your energy.
Ain't that the truth?
Metaphorically, if you want to, say that. I think the vampire theme in here was something that was just to be more palatable to us, because we're used to vampire movies. It's not like a demon type thing, but I think this really was more on the like demonic type of entities that they were fighting in this movie.
Yeah, I agree. Most definitely, I agree. I liked it because I'm a huge fan of period pieces. This was set in 1932 in Mississippi. I don't remember the name of the city in Mississippi. But I'm a fan of the creation of period pieces. It makes you just go back in time or go to the future, so to speak. Who was your favorite character?
It was probably Smoke.
Really?
Smoke was really, I don't know, he was always about that action. He was always willing to put a cap in it if he needed to,
I was thinking he was probably the firstborn. Don't you think?
Yeah, out of the twins.
Yeah, I would think that he was born first.
Stack was more mischievous.
Yeah, as the second child usually is. The first child is usually more focused and reliable, I guess. But I think my favorite character. I mean, I know it didn't. He didn't last long. My favorite character was Cornbread. I loved Cornbread. I loved Cornbread.
Yeah.
But did you think that it ran a little bit long in the end? Because I did.
I'm gonna say something like nowadays. I don't know if it's we're running out of stuff, the ideas to come up with whenever we're doing movies and any kind of entertainment. Like, it seems like we're rehashing the same thing over and over. And I think part of that does have to do with that time. Like, they're trying to make movies like 2 and 3 hours. I remember growing up where, movies hour and a half tops, hour 15 minutes. And it's something you can sit down, watch the movie, and then go do something else. But by the time you watch a 2-hour movie, man, you're physically drained because
think about
you're
it.
going
Look
through
how much we're paying for them now. I mean, we need more. We need more since the price has gone up. But tell us the story about Sinners.
Well, I think it's more on the lines of spirituality. I think it has a lot to do with that. Like I said, the vampires are not, to me, in my opinion, just vampires. I think those are demonic entities that these people have encountered. If you look at it, even in one of the parts, when the vampires started looking for this place to go at the juke joint, he could see through the juke joint. He could see all the sin and everything that was happening there, and he knew which one he wanted. He knew which one that he wanted to keep this sin going. He loved seeing everybody sweating and dancing and drinking and everything else. And it was just a place that they could enter. And I want to say this too. A lot of people don't know this, but a lot of times with demonic activity, and I'm not a paranormal, expert by any means whatsoever, but the biggest thing with them is they had to be invited in. It's the same thing with demonic activity. You have to invite them in. Usually it's invited in through sin. So I think that was kind of pivotal right there. If you didn't catch it, that's what I thought. That was my opinion. But you got anything on that?
Yeah, well, I want to back up a little bit. I mean, for those who haven't seen it, because I think they'll be absolutely lost. Sinners was basically about Preacher Boy. He was the son of a preacher, back in 1932, Mississippi. Actually, I even showed the first scene. He was up early in the morning picking cotton. He all he wanted to do was play music. He was a very talented musician, but he was a little bit controlled by his father. His father was a preacher, and he wanted the best for his son. And the one of the first scenes, I think it kind of, in my opinion, when he came home from the juke joint, because it shows a couple flashbacks, and it basically shows his father. I'm sorry, it shows Remy. Was his name Remy? Remick? I think it was
Not
Remick.
sure, but
I think it was
we'll say
Remick.
it for now.
Yeah. Basically, Remick, what he did was he was trying to get, let's just call it a power. He was trying to get Preacher Boy's power. He was trying to suck the life out of him, so to speak. But like you say, in the same vein, I think the father also was trying to control him, and they basically mirrored each other, in my opinion. And I think that the director was basically, and I didn't like this part, but the director was basically saying, in my opinion, that religion can
Can
control
be
you.
controlling.
Yeah, religion
See,
can control you.
I saw that a little bit differently. I saw like to me it was a metaphor for Preacher Boy's soul, so to speak. He had two choices he could go. He could use his talents in the Lord's service, if you're into Christianity, or he can use it in the other service for the enemy. So I think in that instance, you could say the director was talking about being controlling and whatnot. I think it was more just like self-control, not as being controlling. Like you're supposed to be able to, control your urges and everything like that. And I think his father was just trying to put him on the right path, so to speak. And that is like one of the things we don't talk about a lot on here, but biblically the father is supposed to lead and supposed to teach his children in the way or whatnot. If you look at it biblically. But I felt it was a little bit deeper than that. It was like there was a struggle for his talents to be either used for good or good used for evil. And that is the one that I guess the head vampire wanted so bad. He wanted Preacher Boy because he knew they could make quote unquote beautiful music together, and probably get to the masses of people and turn them into the wrong ways and the wrong habits.
I mean, I think it's also an allegory for culture vampires. How one group of people will basically steal another's culture and change it, and just mass produce it.
Well, and I could see that from that angle. I think part of it is too. I think whenever you are looking, whenever they were talking about how music connects people through generations, and how all these past generations had people that made music and they try to connect them to the ancestors and things like that. I think that was more talking like vibrational type stuff. I think it was more on the lines of you can be seduced through music. The things that you listen to can influence you. The things that you see can influence you. And I think, like I said before, I'm more on that line when it comes to those certain things that happen in the movie, but I can also see your point about, people coming in and taking something that you have and turning it into something that, turning something that they want and they'll be able to actually distribute. I think we talked about this about, one of the podcasts about, this music divide us. So it's kind of like, sometimes the more conscious rappers that we see, they don't get pushed out as much. So we see a lot of what we see now, it's the same thing, sex, money, drugs. So, I get what you're saying, because it can be, if you want to put on your tinfoil hat, it can be a part in controlling the masses, having, chaos and everything else. You're not bringing in good vibrations. You're bringing in, lower vibrations, which are negative energy and things of that nature.
Do you like him as a director, Ryan Coogler?
I don't know. I mean, it was a good
I mean,
movie. I mean,
no, I mean, have you seen his other stuff?
can you name a couple?
Yeah, it's he did Black Panther, both Black
Okay.
Panthers. He did Fruitvale Station. He
Okay.
did Creed, Judas and the Black Messiah,
Okay.
and the other Creed. So both
Well,
Creeds.
if nothing else, he likes to cast Michael B. Jordan.
Oh yeah,
Let's
absolutely.
let's
They have
just
a
say that.
bromance. They have a bromance. But I
So,
mean, just from a cinematography standpoint, I think it was absolutely beautiful. The visuals are beautiful. The differing aspects that he used. I mean, it was a very very beautiful movie. I mean, just there was a scene. Actually, I have that to where it's sad. It's sad to where. Oh yeah. What's his name? I just pulled it up.
Smoke.
No, Delroy Lindo. Delroy Lindo is so talented to me. I mean, he also made the movie. He was one of my favorite characters, Delta Slim.
Oh, okay.
He tells the story of when they passed the chain gang. That was just so
Oh, yeah.
sad to me. That was just so.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the audio of it?
Yeah, I did. I did.
I mean, because they had the lynching, the sounds. I mean, it was.
Yeah. He immersed you in that, basically.
He did.
He immersed you in the story that Slim was telling. So he did a great job with that. And he was one of my favorite characters too in there. Like, when they started drinking the what was it, the garlic pickle juice or whatever, and they had to eat the garlic, and they
Yeah.
thought he was going to turn into one of them or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, it was hilarious. And so it's a very detail oriented movie. Like, intricate details are not left out. There's nothing left to the imagination. Everything
No.
is put on that screen.
From
So-
the different outfits, from the Irish
Yeah.
gang to the Italian mafia and the Irish, I guess it's mafia. Yeah, the red and the blue.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he puts stuff together in a good way. So in that aspect, I like it. I don't know if he came up with this story himself. Was this based on something? Do you know?
If I'm not mistaken, it was basically based on when the Irish and the Italians were fighting in Chicago. I think. I think
Okay.
that he took liberty on that.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, like I said, he did a good job with that. I've seen a couple of his other movies. They are very, I don't want to just say good, but he incorporates a whole bunch of feelings and stuff into every scene, is what it seems like. There's dramatic turns and twists everywhere. So very good movie, very good director. Like I said, got a little crush on Michael B. Jordan for him, because he's in every. It seems like every movie you mention has Michael B. Jordan in it that he's directed.
Yeah.
So,
Let me.
but
let me
hey,
just-
if
let
it's
me-
winning, keep
yeah,
doing
absolutely. Let me play this scene right here if you don't mind, because I think it's very powerful.
The damn fool. He took out all his money to pay for the $2 train ticket. Train conductor saw him. Clan got a hold to him. Searched his pockets, found all that money. Made up a story about him killing some white man for it and raping that white man's wife.
Just listen to the audio.
And then lynching right there in the railroad station. You know they cut off his manhood.
Delroy Lindo. I think he's a British actor as well.
Huh? Okay, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I think he's a great. He's one of the greats. I mean, he really pulls you into what happened to him. I mean,
Yeah.
Jim Crow South wasn't a joke, apparently.
So, yeah, with that scene, like I said, the director came in and just immersed you in that story. Like I said, kudos for him on that. But there were a couple of other scenes I think were very, weird a little bit. Like towards the end, not the ending per se, but when they get to the point to where the sun's coming up and all the vampires are burning in the sun or whatnot, and I believe it's Stack is left or Smoke.
No, Smoke is the one who survives.
Okay.
So
See,
Stack is the
I
vampire.
was confused on that a little bit because at the end you do see Stack as a vampire, right?
At the end? Yeah.
Yeah.
When he goes and sees Buddy
Yeah.
Guy, I think his name is in the end. Yeah.
So
Stack.
either see, this is what I was thinking originally. Either the person that came out to Preacher Boy in the water was either the vampire that got away, or his brother let the non-vampire brother go and save Preacher Boy. What did you think about that? Which one do you think it was at first? Because I was confused. I was like, no,
Well, no.
what happened?
I'm pretty sure that it was Smoke that saved Preacher Boy, and I think that they made a deal, and right when what's his name was going to kill him, when Smoke was going to kill Stack, and he couldn't do it. He told him to, because in the end of the movie, when I think that he was hiding inside the warehouse because the warehouse was locked up.
Yeah.
So basically, Smoke let Stack live. And I do believe that was Smoke who saved Preacher Boy from Remick. That's my
Yeah,
understanding.
that's way I guess it would have to be because all the other vampires were burning up because of the sunlight,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So and he didn't.
Yes.
So apparently it's got to work out that way. But it confused me at first. When I looked at the end, I was like, wait a minute, because I thought Homeboy passed or whatnot, but maybe he didn't. So
Yeah.
but
It
yeah.
was most definitely
Anyway,
Smoke.
yeah. Anyway, like I said, that was a good scene too, and I think also whenever Cornbread, I guess, was going out to the bathroom or whatnot, and he came back and he was like, "Ain't you gonna let me in?" I'm like, hold on, wait a
Cornbread.
minute, wait a minute, why we need to let
Cornbread.
you in?
I love Cornbread. I mean, it was so funny to me where he was trying to get paid. He had his hand out, like, I mean, right next to his body. You knew what was going to happen. You knew
Yeah.
what was going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's talking about some. What was his line? We should be getting along or something like that.
Yeah, we should
I
all
don't
be
remember.
getting along or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. But this is another one. Delroy Lindo. I don't even know if I can. Let me see, because I think that he was so.
Hey. Hey. Yo, smell anything?
No.
I think I shot myself.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was so funny to me because
Which-
listen to his voice, because at first it's high, then he tries to grab his manhood together. He said, "Hey, hey," friggin' hilarious to me. Delroy Lindo.
Yeah, and which any normal human being at that point would probably have done the same thing. So you can't knock him for that.
No, that's human nature right there. Fear.
Yeah.
Fear is human
he
nature.
just let you know straight up that's what happened. So, okay. So what did you think about whenever the store owner wanted to go ahead and let them all in? Like their plan was to actually hide out for the rest of the night, until sunlight. But her husband went out and they started talking about their daughter and they were going to turn her into one of these vampires or whatnot. Do you think she actually helped the situation or did she hurt the situation?
Well, I think first of all, I think the way that they display the different street sides, one is for black people, one is for white people. The stores were so different for the black people as they were for the white people. I think that was absolutely mind blowing, and that the one shot where they followed the daughter Lisa, I believe, from one side of the store to the other side of the store. Masterpiece in cinematography. But also Grace Chow. I think that she was a little bit selfish, but she had to do what she felt was right. I mean, her mind was on her daughter. Did she save her daughter? No.
No.
No, she didn't.
No.
But I think she just wanted to do something.
Well,
she was being helped.
Did she save her daughter? Because I don't think he actually got to her.
No,
so.
I guess you're right. I guess you're right. She didn't save herself.
Right.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. She sacrificed herself to save everybody in the town. So I guess it was worthwhile.
And she's a saint for that. Because I know in that situation, James would have been held up in that barn till sundown or sunup next day.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it, but yeah, I guess she did save everybody in the town.
And I think most people would agree with me. That's what they would have done. It sounds nice. Sounds nice that you would have sacrificed yourself for the good of the whole town. But me personally, I've been looking at it like I don't even like everybody in that town.
Well,
now I get with the kid thing. So
no, okay. I've seen so many different videos of why invite them all in? Why not invite them in one at a time?
Does it work like that though?
Yeah.
You sure? It's got to be one at a time?
I would think that it's one at a time.
But remember, they all had the same mind.
They all were connected. Yeah.
They all were connected.
Yeah. It might not. It was worth a try. It was most definitely worth a try.
They wasn't even ready for it, though. That was the whole thing. Like, they were not.
No, they weren't
prepared at all.
She should have told them exactly what she was about to do.
Yes. I agree.
I mean, but you can't help her for loving her child.
No. That's the ultimate sacrifice, and she did it. So kudos to her on that. It's just, man, there's a horde of them outside, and then they can always recruit more. You know what I'm saying? They can always recruit more. That was the thing. Like, it was going to be like when you play zombies on one of these video games, they just keep coming. They just keep coming. They don't stop till you get to the next stage. But this could have been endless hordes of vampires or whatnot coming into that barn or the juke joint to destroy them, basically. And they were ill-equipped. I think Smoke Stack actually had their 2 pistols apiece.
Yeah, and he didn't have what he needed from the trunk.
Right, so it's like, golly. But I tell you something that got me is whenever old girl, I forget what her name is now, when he shot her and she kept going from the room after.
Who are you talking about?
One of the main characters. I forget what her name is.
Which one?
That used to go out with Stack.
Annie.
Okay.
Annie.
But whenever she got shot and she ran.
Hold on. You talking about Mary? You talking about the one who went with Stack or one with Smoke?
Stack.
That was Mary. Yeah.
The one that was a vampire at the end.
The one who's talking about the coups.
Yes. Which that was a crazy scene too.
That was Mary. That was definitely Mary.
Yeah. But that tripped me out when he shot at her and she just kept going.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, from watching the movie, if you take her out the first few couple of seconds, you forget that it's a horror movie. I mean, because it goes so far as setting up the background of the story, setting up the juke joint, the Jim Crow. I mean, recruiting Delta Slim. I mean, you absolutely forget it's a horror movie.
Yeah, it goes really down the storyline with that. Did you also notice that whenever I believe it was Mary was outside with the group of the vampires, that he gave her that gold coin?
Yeah.
See, I think that's symbolism a little bit. I think that's symbolism. Like, money is a way in sometimes. Money is a way in for people to, show their deepest and darkest truth, so to speak, when it comes to it. Because whenever let's say you don't have money growing up, when you get it, how some people, they say, well, you turned on your friends, you did all this, that, and the other. You changed. But really, I don't think you changed. I think that was you all along. You just didn't have the ability to show it because you didn't have this wealth or this resource. I think that stuff is always inside of you. It only comes out during certain times.
Okay. So well, speaking of money, I'm gonna show my ignorance here. I did not know that there was such a thing as wooden nickels. I had no idea there was such
Yeah.
a thing as wooden nickels.
But you've heard that phrase before, right?
Of course, I've heard it all
Yeah.
my life, but I didn't know it was actual a thing. I thought people out here were making wooden nickels, trying to pass them off as nickels.
Now, I have heard that, and then like I said, with Instagram and everything we got with social media, you can learn so much about these type of things where these these sayings actually come from and how they actually have grown into our culture that we don't think about it like that. It actually came from an actual thing, so it's wild to think that. But yeah, I mean, you got the wooden nickels, any kind of currency or whatnot. Like I said, it can be a gateway for this, in my opinion, like I said, the demonic activity to come in because it's a resource that they can use to manipulate and dominate whoever they want.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I've been trying to get you to watch it for so long.
Well, I wasn't going to pay for it. I put it that way. I wasn't going to go to the movie theater and actually spend, because let's just say, what's the ticket? $10 to get in? Or is that low now?
I have no idea.
All right, let's just say it's $10 just for whatever. Then you get a meal. Then you sit there.
Hold on,
You got to
nobody's
share.
forcing you to get a meal. No one's forcing you to get a meal.
Man, everybody knows when you go to the theater, you at least got to get some popcorn or some M&Ms or something. Gummy bears or something. A drink, if nothing else. If you're going to be sitting there for 2 hours. Because, these movies are turning into novels, basically, at this point. Man, I was not going to sit up here and pay for that at all. And the way the world works now, these movies are streaming like within a month or two of it coming out. Back when we were growing up, it take 6 months, a year for the movie to come on VHS.
Yeah.
If you didn't have, HBO or whatnot, and then even then it seemed like it took, 6 months or a year for the movie to actually come out. So I was like, I'm not paying for this because it's going to be out, in a month. I'll be
So
okay.
You
I know.
You don't pay for any movies?
No,
Okay.
no.
Well, I'm a movie fan. I'm a movie fanatic. So I do every now and then, especially if it's something that I really wanted to see.
And I get that.
And I
get
wanted
that.
to, honestly, I wanted to support, you know what I'm saying, our creators. So yeah, absolutely. I went ahead and bought it.
Well, that's commendable. 100%. That is commendable, and I applaud you for that. But James,
no applause
will
necessary.
James will not pay for that. When I'm already paying for it, and this is off the subject, but when you got these 27 subscriptions you got for everything going on, nah, I'm good. Somebody's paying you. You'll be all right.
All right, you got anything else on it?
No, like I said, I just want to reiterate that the way I felt during the movie was, it was actually, alluding to spirituality. It was alluding to how, as I see it, the demonic forces saw the person that could lead, people by their music, and they focus in because that's the one they wanted. Everybody else was kind of just like a bystander, really, because the one he wanted was Preacher Boy, so he could reach more and more people to push this agenda or whatnot. So I just want to say the movie to me was a lot deeper than that. The vampires, not necessarily vampires, more demons, if you will, demonic activity. And if you look at it, a couple of more times, I think you'll start to connect those dots, but maybe not, but that's just my opinion. You?
No, I agree. It was very deep, very deep. I mean, I'm sure I missed most of the metaphors, but I liked it. I really did. I did.
Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, it's definitely I would say it's a must watch at this point. Wouldn't you?
Especially since it's free. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there you go.
I've been telling everybody to watch it.
Yeah.
Just to get their take on it. because I thought,
And
you
it-
know what I'm saying, maybe they can clue me in on some things that I missed.
Yeah, like I said, it's if you got 2 hours, I mean, go ahead and sit down and do all your stretching because you're gonna be there for a minute. But at the same time, something good that you can watch. You know, maybe you'll get something out of it that we didn't or whatnot. But it's a definite must watch for me.
Yeah, also, I'd like to, for the viewers, to put some comments. Tell us what we missed.
Yeah. Did we see anything? Did we overreach? Did we, not explain enough, or should we have gone a little bit further in depth? Just let us know. We appreciate it.
All right, well, this has been Trash Talk and Tall Tales. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you check out our TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. My name is Marlon.
And I'm James.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.